Welcome everyone to another episode of Project Assemble. I am Nate from Thwip Media, joined by Dwayne from Marvel Mad. How are you doing today?
Not too bad, my friend. It's been a hell of a day. Just to say that, I'm just absolutely dead to timber and that lot, but not too bad. But I'm looking forward to chatting to you about this because it has been one hell of a season, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to really get into this.
Yeah, so if you didn't know already, we're going to be reviewing Daredevil Born Again, Season 1, technically Season 4 of the original Daredevil show. So putting it out here now, spoilers. If you have not
Massively.
seen anything, I highly suggest not watching this because we are going all in on everything that happened basically in the season. It's going to be really
Oh, hell
cool.
yeah. Oh,
Um, so yeah, I'm very excited to get into this. So yeah, I think we'll just jump right in. So just before that, just kind of out of the habit of this now, make sure to subscribe to my channel, Thwip Media, subscribe to Dwayne's channel, Marvel Mad, follow us on all of our socials. Make sure to join the Project Assemble Discord server. Everything's linked below, so you can see it all down there. And let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to go through the guiding questions as usual. So the first one, what are your overall thoughts on Daredevil Born Again Season 1?
for me, absolutely fantastic season. It was. I'm so glad that all the hype and all the anticipation and everything like that delivered. Absolutely delivered for me. And it was just how we sort of remembered him from the Netflix series, but I don't know whether it was more gritty, more intense. Just I don't know. They just seemed like it was angst up to 11 sort of thing, and I absolutely loved it. I just like I said on my review, and I want the next one now. I want Punisher's thing now. I
Yeah.
just need the next series because I don't know whether you saw. Did you see Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox's thank you and that lot?
Yep,
And
and
they're
they're in
in,
Fogwell's gym too, so things are going to happen there.
and
I've
I'm
seen
like,
some of the set photos so far, and they raise a lot of questions, so it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here.
honestly, it's just you teasing sods. It's just
Yeah, and I don't know if we should bring this up now, but the fact that they're filming Season 2 as Season 1 is releasing, and there are set photos being leaked at the same time, it's like, okay, we kind of have an idea of where the season was going to end and stuff like
mm,
that, but they still managed to surprise us in a lot of ways,
oh yeah,
and
massively.
I think it worked pretty well considering that
Mm.
they're shooting in the like wide open in New York and people are taking pictures of them. Um, and based off of what we've seen so far, I'm very excited for what could be
Oh yeah,
coming in season 2. Um,
massively.
but yeah, my overall thoughts, I really loved this season. Just like you said, has all of those same kind of elements of the original series, the grittiness, um, the attention to detail they have for
Mm.
especially Matt and Fisk, like crafting those characters even more and fleshing them out more and just making them still prove that they are perfect in those roles. And um, it's just, it feels so good to see them back. And now they're a part of the bigger universe too. So who knows what could come with that. Um,
Yeah,
we're going to get into some of that later on. But
I'm
um,
glad because I've got some questions about
yeah, so overall, thought it was great. They nailed nearly everything about this
that.
season. I'll get into some nitpicks later on, but they did a
If
real
if it's the same sort of Netflix I was thinking of, you've probably got on the same sort of wavelength there.
maybe we'll see. But yeah, overall, they did a really great job at bringing this to life, and thank God they did the creative overhaul because
Oh yeah,
I can't imagine what
massively.
the original series would have been like. Like it would have been, I think, torturous to get week to week
Mm.
through that original plan based off of what I've seen because
Yeah.
it was completely different from what they've pivoted to in this.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they maybe leak what they originally shot in some way.
Yeah, I don't know whether I want to though, to be honest, because
They probably wouldn't want to, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone in like, I don't know, 3 years is gonna say, "Ha, remember
yeah,
when we did this?" and just gonna leak it, and then no one's gonna really give a shit about it. But
yeah.
yeah, so yeah, really loved it. It was a great season. Um, in your opinion, what was the best part of the season?
Oh, sod.
I know we've got a lot to choose from, but
Yeah, just a bit. To be honest, the one part that I always love going back to, and it's heartbreaking in a way, but I just love that whole. It's probably 2 episodes worth of that lot, but the whole courtroom drama with
White Tiger.
Hector, yeah, and White Tiger and that lot, and the whole revelation of all he's White Tiger and that lot, and then them getting him like acquitted and everything, and then obviously the killing at the end,
Yeah.
or that whole like sequence of events and everything like that. I just can't get enough of it. It was just so, I don't know, just special. And like I didn't want to believe all the leaks I'd seen, but then seeing it in the episode now, like, I was just devastated, and like I'm screaming at the telly like, no, 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 it's true, I can't see it, and everybody around me watching it with me, I'm like, what are you going on about? I was like, you see, I can't watch, and they did it. I was just, yeah, that bit for me always resonates for me, and that sort of thing. And I'm hoping, like, you see snippets of like with a load of other people at the end of the season finale, but I am hoping they'll delve more into the White Tiger sort of stuff like that, because it can't be done there, sort of thing. Surely
No.
not.
Angela's for sure taking over.
Yeah, massively. She's got to.
Yeah, that whole story with Hector was really heartfelt, and I was just before the first episode, I think it was episode 2 when we were first introduced to that storyline. I just finished reading the source material for that.
Oh,
So I kind of had an idea of what they were doing.
yeah.
And in the end, it has the same result. Like, Hector dies.
Yeah.
It's done differently, like completely differently.
Okay.
In the book, he's in the courthouse, like everything's there, and he's found guilty instead of not guilty.
Oh, okay.
And he starts to lose it. Like, he's going crazy. Like, you can't do this to me, that kind of thing. And he sprints out of the courthouse, and there's all the cops outside, and they're like, you need to get back inside. They're all pointing at their guns, and he can't, comprehend what's happening to him, and then they shoot him dead in front of the courthouse. So it was done differently. I think what they did in the show worked way better than what they would have done if they like faithfully adapted the original source material. That could have been very controversial too. But his story was so good. I think the best part for me, not like any storyline aspect or anything like that, but just Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh yeah.
Like they own these characters in the show, and what they bring to it. Like, they bring passion to these roles, and it really shows. And I have to say it, they are in the top maybe 5 perfect casting choices for the MCU.
Oh yeah. I can totally agree with that. 100%.
Like,
massively.
up there with Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Like, they are all-time greats in these roles, and the amount of, like I said, passion they have for it. Like, they went to Feige and said, look, this isn't working for us. We need to bring it back to what the fans will want. And they did that, and they got to fully explore the darker sides of those characters that they knew the fans wanted, so high respect to them. But they just completely steal every scene they're in. Like, any Fisk scene, you're like, no one's gonna top his performance in this scene. Like, it's always going to be him. Even with Matt, like, anything where he's like just purely Matt, like talking, like, I think it was episode 8 when he's talking to Kirsten in the hallway after the guy came in and he's like ripping off teachers and stuff like that, and Matt loses it and walks out like, you're lying, I don't want any part of this. And Kirsten walks out and stops him, and she's like, what the heck is going on with you? And he goes on about the system spits them back to us. Hector was killed. The system isn't working. There's no justice anymore. Like, any of those scenes, he eats all of that up. And he's so good at doing that. Like, just being so pissed off. And so, like, especially the bullseye scene when he's in the cell. And I think Bullseye said something like, they've got me on... what was the term? Gen Pop or something, and Daredevil was like, oh, sweetie, you want me to do something about that? Or something?
I love that.
It was so good. I think the two of them are easily the best parts of this show. Like, incomparable to any other interpretation of the character and just what else they could have done. Like, this is prime Daredevil and Kingpin right here.
Oh yeah, it shows that they both care as well. That lot.
Yeah.
Like, they know the source material. They know how the general, like, wider audience knows and love these characters now, and they'll do everything they can to make sure it is done justice, sort of thing.
Yep.
Like, I think I saw a picture the other day now. There was in Hell's Kitchen, and Charlie Cox was surrounded by a load of the fans. That was like, was it the Save Daredevil movement or something like that sort of thing?
Yep. After season 3 ended, that happened. Yeah. And
there was like, he went to the same rooftop for, I think it was either premiere or something like that, to do with this season, that lot, and they had them same people there and that lot, and it was just like, yeah, these guys know it. These guys know exactly what they're doing. They're just, their ears to the ground. They know just how perfect they need to represent these two amazing characters.
Yeah, and they're just super nice people too. Like, you see clips of people meeting Charlie Cox at any like Comic-Con or Fan Expo or something, and he's always smiling and, you know, like, he's friendly with them. Same with Vincent D'Onofrio. You wouldn't expect it from watching
not at all.
him as the Kingpin, but you see him and interacting with fans, and he's just friendly like Charlie. Like, they do care about the fans, and they want to please all of us and give us the most authentic portrayal of those characters, and they do a fantastic job.
Oh, yeah, massively.
This might be tough. What was the worst part of the season?
I don't know whether they'd call it worst. There's two parts that always grates me. That's it. One of them was the whole bit with Kamala's dad and really trying to shove it down your throat. It's still part of the wider MCU and Kamala Khan and Miss Marvel and that lot. And then it was the homeless lad.
Oh,
how he talked to Matt.
Is that a scroll?
I was getting pissed. Yeah. Honestly, I wanted to punch the telly with him. And that, like, he did my nut in that. Like, he really pissed me off.
Yeah.
And them two, I know. All in all, it did help the wider story in general. But it was like, was it really necessary? Did they really have to pluck Kamala Khan's dad and say now he's doing this, that lot?
Yeah, that one could have been anybody.
Yeah.
The homeless guy, like, you understand the situation he's in, and Matt's seeing, like, the system isn't fair. But that episode, I think that was episode 4. Yeah. That was the one that just felt the most off to me.
Yeah.
It felt so
random.
It didn't feel right. Like, the whole time I was watching, I was like, I'm watching the same show, right?
Yeah,
like,
it was so off.
Yeah, and you can easily tell that, except for the Punisher stuff, that was all pre-overhaul.
Yeah.
Just tonally, it was different. Like, Kingpin visiting the school, and the children are singing, and then he goes to the Latvian embassy. A lot of people confuse that with Latvian, which I kind of understand, but at the same time, I'm like, that also doesn't make a ton of sense.
Exactly. Why would that be there? And
Doom wouldn't want his home country in the States. Yeah, that wouldn't work.
No, not a chance.
So that whole episode just felt really off, and I did enjoy the bank heist one.
Yeah, it was fun.
It felt very side mission-y.
Yeah.
And episode 4, that one, and what was the other one? There was another episode where he's kind of off doing a separate thing as opposed to the main plot, basically. But yeah, I think those are fair. Like, again, it's not the worst. They are down points, I'd say. I think the worst part for me is some of the character development with Muse, specifically.
Okay.
Hyping him all the way up. They hyped him up so much, especially the reactions. Like, they were saying, "Oh yeah, you're gonna need barf bags for this. It's so gruesome." I can understand for the finale, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna say episode 9. That, I won't say barf bag, but that was severe.
It's a bit much, but anything with Muse, it was like, yes, he's terrifying. Yes, he's violent. they could have leaned even more into that.
Yeah.
Like, show him, like,
Massively.
cutting people open and taking the blood out of them and stuff like that. So I think they needed more of him, more development with him, and especially the episode where he goes to Heather.
Yeah.
And he's talking about, like, you're the one that inspired me to become my true self, that kind of thing. Like, they could have easily shown us, like, some therapy sessions between the two of them, and you see him progressively getting, more obsessed with her, and she is the final masterpiece or whatever. But it turns out he is his final masterpiece in the end.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, I would have really liked to see a lot more development with him. Make him into not like a Joker character, but someone that might be able to outsmart Matt and maybe point him in one direction, and then he's in a completely different one, and kind of like lead him all around the city and leave, some droplets and stuff so he can connect things. But at the end, he needs to be, I don't know, more not strategic, but in the comic he's very hidden. And when he does make a move, you're like, oh wow, okay, that was a big move. I didn't really get any of that in this season.
No, in a way you wanted him to be a bit more, probably best person I could think of, probably like the Riddler, sort of Riddler or sort of just little droplets, and then let them build up to a crescendo sort of thing like that. But yeah, it's a bit. I definitely can understand what you mean with that bit. 100%. I was expecting to see more of him.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting him to be killed. Not a chance.
I was not expecting that either. I was kind of mad at that, but
I don't understand, because that's another thing. Like, see, in season 2, you're supposed to see Foggy again. And I swear I've seen rumours, or I've seen like things about you're supposed to see Muse again, or Amuse again.
I've seen the rumor that there's going to be a copycat. I think...
Oh, do you think it's a copycat?
I don't know what to think of that either. Like,
that's what I mean. I've heard it could be Heather.
I saw that one too, and I was like, no way. Like,
that's what I mean.
If they do that, I'm not going to be on that boat. The boat's taking off without me. I'm staying behind.
But it wouldn't make no sense to me. Why would you have her be the copycat? Surely you'd have a fanboy or something like that. Not the one that's nearly got chopped up by a sort of thing.
Well, no, she saved herself, though. She saved herself. It wasn't Daredevil.
Okay.
That one pissed me off, too.
Or what, her saying that to Matt?
Yeah, and Matt's like, did you really just say that to me? Like,
oh, that expression then. Oh, class. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, she started off as a great point, too, and then she kind of declined over time. But
yeah,
like, she was a great love interest and character with Matt, and then she says that, and it's like, okay, you're so ignorant, like, and then she accepts the job with Fisk's administration too, and you're like, okay, now you just sealed the bill, the nail in
the coffin there. You're just seeing a bit. That's it. Bye bye. Like, I don't. What that bit pissed me off, to be honest. Where, like, you've just seen Matt's apartment just go up. There was no evidence to say she's ringing him, trying to find out if he was all right, like any worry from her at all, and then all of a sudden she's just walking into his office.
Yeah, because the last you see her is she's in the hospital.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, I'll let you get some rest, I'll come back later.
Yeah.
And then the power goes out, and then she's gone. Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like...
And then Karen shows up out of nowhere too, like she just knows where Matt and the Punisher are.
I did like that bit. I won't lie. I just like my boy.
I just don't get the logic of that. She just happens to know that's where they are.
Yeah, but she thingy, didn't she? She called the Punisher, so I'm presuming she'd know that the Punisher's gone to his apartment. That's how I had seen it in my head anyway.
That's not how I saw it. I saw it as Frank going to Matt because he knew the task force was ramping up, and he was like, "You're gonna need my help." And I think he knew he was shot because he would have seen like Matt Murdock shot or whatever. And he's like, "Oh shit, I need to go check on this guy." Yeah, we're just nitpicking right now. It's just a little things.
There's the little things that was like, no, you didn't need to say that. You didn't need to do that.
Yeah, we'll move on to the next one. Okay, who was the standout character?
Oh, gee. To me, you can flip a coin between Matt and Fisk
Yep.
easily. There's no, for me, their character development from Matt not wanting to be Daredevil to having to like reluctantly become him again, and then that crescendo at the end. The same with Fisk, and like him building up that mere empire he's got, and literally just having complete control, everything under his whim, having all them people in his little cellar. The character development and the arc from them two in this series, it's just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
Yep.
And yeah, you flip a coin between them two because I loved it, absolutely loved it, and it was just so perfect. It was, you could understand everything they was doing. You can understand. The one thing that I wasn't surprised about, or the one thing I was surprised that didn't happen was there be a more of a confrontation between Vanessa and Fisk when she tries to bump him off.
You think that's what was happening?
Oh yeah, massively. No. She handed him the keys and go, well, he's here. Just go on, just.
I think that was planned.
Do you think it was planned?
I think initially I was like, okay, she's trying to take the Empire for herself again.
Yeah.
But then I was like, there's no way she would do that easily. Like, I think,
okay.
Was it Luca? That's the name of the guy. So he was quickly becoming a pain in the ass for both of them. Like, he's like, I need the money now. I need the cost to go down, that kind of thing. I think behind the scenes, that was easily set up for them to eliminate him from the equation, because why else would Buck be ready for that?
Yeah, but for me, I always thought, I always had Buck as his little right hand man. Like anywhere he went, Fisk a bit, and then he was just ready for anything, sort of thing. That's
he was just standing there with a gun like that for like 2 hours, just waiting for it to happen.
I could just see him, just a gun like that, and then anything, just bang. But that's how I could just envision him, sort of thing. But yeah, you explaining it like that makes sense to me now. Like when I first thought it, I was like, surely he should have had a bit of more of a popper like that, something like, what the hell, why you tried to get me bumped off, and then work through it like that. Maybe have even like a counselling session with Heather or something daft like that, sort of thing.
Like even when they're talking in the dungeon with Adam in the cage, Vanessa switches so easily to go back to Fisk's side.
Yeah.
When she grabs the gun, it's so easy for her to just, wipe him out in 3 or 4 shots. Like, she is... It may not be obvious, but she is still there for Fisk.
Yeah.
And then after that, they're just, back to being that pair together. Like,
yeah. They're inseparable then.
Yeah, and because of his absence, she's become more evil, I'd say, than in the Netflix series, because she was just riding along, basically. Like, she knew what he was doing, but she never, like, put her fingers into that and said, like, we're going to be making decisions, and especially her being the one to hire Bullseye to take out Foggy, that's taking her up a step to also become the same level of Kingpin. Maybe not the same level, but closer.
She's definitely on the same wavelength of that, like, mob hit sort of boss sort of type.
Yeah. But that one was a cool revelation too, that she was the one that went to Bullseye. Because initially in episode 1, you're like, okay, Bullseye's just doing it to put Matt through hell, but there is a meaning behind it. And at first I was like, maybe Kingpin hired him, but then I remembered in season 3, oh yeah, Bullseye hates Kingpin. There's no way he would be willing to work with him.
Not again, no.
And then he proves it again. He's trying to assassinate Fisk later on, and he ends up shooting Matt instead.
It's like he said, it's always about Fisk. It always comes back to Fisk.
He's controlling everything. But yeah, back to the question. I'm with you too. It's got to be Matt and Fisk. Like, they are the standout characters. And like I said before, Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio really do prove it. They know what they're doing. They know the assignment. They're willing to do anything for these roles. And just the way they built these stories, like, Matt is broken at the beginning, and he's building himself back up, and he's forced back into Daredevil, and Fisk is starting out. He's got to reestablish his control of technically his empire, but he's becoming mayor, and he's integrating the organization into his campaign. Another question I had was, he begins to run for mayor and wins an election in the same day. How does that happen?
Yeah, that was pretty quick, to say the least.
It was very quick. That was like a 5-hour span. He started running and won. So that was a bit fast.
Yeah, so I've never seen any our mayors be elected that quick and run that quick and all. So that was proper, what can you call it, MCU magic of just get the ball rolling quick. Just come on.
Yeah, unless it was separate days and they just didn't tell us that. But
yeah,
they just are incredible, and the tension building between the two of them, it's all revolving around the pot is boiling, and was it episode 7 when it was after Muse happened, and he's like, oh, Daredevil's back. Okay, I need to step up my game then. If he's back,
you could see his twitch when that happened. It was
because they made a deal in episode 1. If you step out of line, I'm coming for you. I'll do the same for you. And then
that was such a cool scene as well. I love that scene.
And then Matt comes back, and Fisk is like, okay, he played the card, I'm gonna play mine. And it just it just goes back and forth from there. And they aren't even in the same room at all at the very end.
No.
But their worlds are colliding at the same time. They have Fisk has control over everything, but Matt is getting what he called his team together to go back against Fisk, and it's all going to culminate at the very end in what could be a huge bloodbath between the two of them.
Oh yeah, there's going to be some carnage there, 100%.
Yeah, it's just the tension building and the way their characters are interconnected, but they really don't have that much screen time together.
No,
it's so well done, and
massively
they just own everything that they're in.
If I'm right, if I worked out right, I think from that scene together in the coffee house, or wherever it was, I think the next time they're actually together in the same room is the ball.
Yep.
If I'm right, yeah. So it just shows you how just special and how much connectivity they've got, even without even being anywhere near each other. It's just so good work.
It's like Batman and Joker. Their worlds are like this. They are... You can't have one without the other. If you have Daredevil, there's going to be Fisk there to stop him. If you have Fisk, there's definitely Daredevil there to stop him. So no matter what you do, you always have both of them. What was your favorite episode? It's got to be a tough one, too.
That's a horrible one, that is. I
honestly don't know.
I might have to say cop out and just say the season finale.
Really?
To be honest, because I loved that scene. I mean, it might be because my my boy come back again.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about that. The fight scene in the apartment.
Oh, that was just... I loved it. It just...
Yeah.
It was little one woman was just killing everybody for fun, and the other one was trying to just knock people out, and it's that bit at the end where he's like, "Oh, you're gonna stand in a bullet for him as well, that law."
Yeah, does this guy need anything? And then he shoots him with it before Matt can even respond. Yeah.
Their chemistry as well, though. When them two are in a room, them two just work magic and that. It's just...
And I say it in my review, I'm not done editing it yet, but I say they kind of have a love-hate thing going on. They need each other's help, but they absolutely hate each other when they're trying to get things done.
Yeah, I said in my review, they're an old married couple. They're literally, that's what they are now. They're always bickering that lot, but they know you can't have one without the other to help each other out, sort of thing. And all the episodes. Oh, I can't really say all the episodes because we have got them 2 episodes that are a bit, but the majority of the episodes were just fantastic, and it weren't just about the action or anything like that. It's just the storytelling in general was just superb. But I've got to go for the season finale. That's the only one I could probably pick out a load of moments in where the other episodes, I can pick out some moments, but it's more of the story arc, like I said, the White Tiger and the courtroom and everything like
Yeah.
that sort of thing. It was more like that sort of thing. But yeah, I'd probably got to go 9. But again, that's another flip of the coin, and you could say one episode was amazing to another episode.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't know how many times I've rewatched the first 15 minutes of the first episode,
Oh,
but that
yeah, that's
episode
fair
was
enough.
so well done at getting us into this world.
Mm,
I'd say either that or 8 or 9.
yeah,
It's I'm completely blanking. What was 7? 7 was the aftermath of Muse,
yeah.
but it wasn't the ball.
No.
I'm completely blanking on that episode.
So, what else happened in the
I need to look
movie?
this up, actually.
Is it the one with the proper start of the task force? Because he goes to the coppers in the garage bit.
Oh no, 7 was the Muse finale.
Oh, it's 7 the news finale then.
Oh, this
So
is
it was
cool.
Oh wow.
When I look up Daredevil Born Again episode 7 and go to images, my thumbnail is the first result.
Nice.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, so it was 6 and 7 then that were Muse. So what was 5? Bank
Five
Heist.
of
That was the Bank
Yeah,
Heist. Okay.
that was Bank Heist.
There's my
that
thumbnail again.
one. Nice.
Okay, that makes no sense, but I'm happy to see that. So I thought Muse was earlier than that, but I guess he was towards the finale. So I still would say 8 and 9 and then 1.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair enough. That is because I was not expecting that in the first episode. So
Yeah, what a way to start it.
wow, yeah, exactly. I've probably never seen. When I watched it with mum and dad, because obviously I'll watch it early in the morning, and then I'll watch it again in the afternoon with the parents. And I've never seen them two so gripped after the first 15 minutes of just. I remember the old girl's mouth was just open. My dad's eyes just couldn't take his eyes off the screen because what was happening. It was just special. It was just something too special to watch in that first 15 minutes. It just there's your proper MCU magic.
Yeah, just incredibly well done. My next one, was there a character you would have liked to see more of? More Punisher?
All day long. It probably worked with him just basically them two little moments that lot. But I still would have liked to see more of him that lot because again, their relationship with Matt was just really good, and it brought that along from the Netflix as well, sort of thing.
Yep.
Of how well they work together. Well, not
Calling him
work together,
Red
but
and all that. Like they
Yeah.
kept all that.
which I loved, absolutely loved that lot. And it's just the little things like that. It was just so good. But yeah, it was all right how they used him, but I'm a big Punisher fan, so I'd love to see more of him. And like we'll see. Is it early next year? Is it before the series? We see the special.
That's what I thought. I think it's a January kind of thing because season 2 is March.
Yeah, March again that lot.
So
So
I'd expect it to
surely-
be before.
Yeah, surely that lot.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see that sort of thing. If it's another, what was Werewolf by Night? Werewolf's Night about an hour and a half, sort of stuff like that.
No, it was like 50 minutes or something like that.
Was it 50?
It was like one
It was
episode
longer
of
than
this
that.
show.
What was Guardians of the Galaxy then?
That was
Christmas
around the
special.
same. The special presentations
longer
have
than
never
that.
passed an hour.
Oh, I thought it was longer than that lot. Oh, I don't know now. I was hoping a
I
bit
think
more
it's
Punisher.
doable. It just depends on what they're trying to do with him.
Yeah, he's going to go
Because-
hunting. He's going to take some more people out.
It's either him just going against the task force or he's going on a personal mission. Just
I'd
completely
love for him to.
off from the events of Daredevil. Like, I don't know what it could be.
I'd like for him to introduce either Jigsaw or Mara Janucci, or the Janucci family. I'd really like to see him introduce somebody like that. Just from that's because I like the comics of them sort of thing. So I'm just a stickler for that. But I'd like them just to get more of a wrinkle to Punisher sort of thing.
Yeah, I'd also just be completely fine with Kingpin being
Oh
the end
yeah,
goal of that too. Like he's working his way up the top of the building just to get to him. That could be really cool too. So I mentioned before that I would have liked to see more Muse, but I really would have loved to see more Bullseye.
yeah, yeah. That's fair enough. That lot. I
Like,
think it worked like similar with Punisher there. Having him so locked up basically a lot, it really worked well for the series as well. I think a lot similar with Punisher. I can
yeah,
understand what you mean.
in a sense though, in episode 8 he gets away. And you don't see him at all in episode 9 until the very end when he's kind of like just in hiding basically. He's just in a what looks like an abandoned apartment or something like that. Like he's completely on his own, and we know he's coming back in season 2 based off the set photos. But he was really great in the beginning of episode 1. He was really great in episode 8 with him breaking out of prison with the tooth and all that.
Was so clever,
so good, straight out of the books too, like straight out of the comic.
I didn't even realize that until I sort of looked up afterwards, sort of thing. I didn't even realize he'd done anything like that, which was nice.
Yeah, so he is again terrifying. He's awesome, but you have to assume at some point he's going to have to get back on Fisk's side.
Yeah,
because Fisk is going to need someone to be between him and Daredevil. So I think that's coming. It's just a matter of when.
How as well.
That's going to take a lot of convincing. Yeah,
exactly. It's going to be a lot of work to bring him back on side, sort of thing.
Yeah. So I really would have loved to see more of him. Like Wilson Bethel, who plays him, just awesome. Like he nails that role. Like he was born for that, and he looks like a nice guy in real life. Again, same with Vincent D'Onofrio. You would not expect that based off the characters they play. Like he is
not a chance.
Anarchy incarnate. Like he is crazy.
Portrayed perfectly as well.
Yeah. So what could be coming in season 2? What do you think is being set up here?
I literally don't know. Like he's going to have to go through an army of people.
Yep.
But like I know, has there been leaks? Some seeing the woman that plays Jessica Jones. She's coming back.
Kristen Ritter. I haven't seen any set photos, but whenever there's a chance for them to be interviewed, people are asking about it, and they're always like, "Don't rule it out" or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think they have
for
to.
Me.
They have to.
For me, I'd love to see them all come back as well, sort of thing. And I didn't mind Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, but I want all three of them, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, one to come back, but I don't know, to be portrayed better as well. Just to have that bit of MCU magic on them a bit better than they had in the Netflix series. Because I think if you do them right, there'll be really good characters in the MCU in that lot, and there's a load of story arcs that you can work from them. So they've got to come back and that lot sort of thing. But I literally don't know. I can't. It's just going to be a bloodbath. That's all I can think of. It's going to be a bloodbath, and I want to see the Defenders.
Yeah, I think based off the set photos, we're getting the Shadowland suit, the black suit, and he's got the DD on the front too, which
I love that.
I'm very curious to see how they're going to explain why he does that.
Yeah.
But I think it's so cool that he's getting the black suit. I think, like, they obviously can't adapt that storyline. That's so supernatural to what this.
What do you say? You got the hand.
The beast.
The demon that controls him out. Like, they've got so much to mess around with. No. Not. Do you think they could do it in another series there eventually?
Once he's established in the more, I guess, MCU-ified stuff like magic and technology and stuff like that, I think then you could.
Yeah,
like
but not second season sort of thing.
No. Like if he was in Doomsday, I think that would be enough to say from here on out he's allowed to have those kind of supernatural things happen to him.
Yeah.
I think it's more just because it's like his stealth suit, the same way the Captain America Winter Soldier suit is the stealth suit. I think this is him, like he has to hide now.
Yeah.
The task force is in full effect. They're coming after him. Red draws a lot of attention, and black will blend in at night when he can strike best. So I think that's where they're going with that. I just think it's cool they're doing the black suit too. Like they kind of tease it in is it episode 5? No, end of 4, because he opens the
You see all the
thing and then he's flipping his stick on the roof.
Yeah.
So I think that's a cool nod. We know we're getting Bullseye back, of course. There's also Kingpin's becoming a boxer or something like that. So that's going to be interesting to see
Yeah, I don't.
where that's coming from. I know there's set photos of like banners. It's like a charity event or something like that.
Okay.
And he's actually creating a campaign, like the Born Again campaign or something like that for New York. So that's going to be
Okay.
interesting to see how that plays out. But I think Daredevil is in the shadows assembling a team to go after the task force and Kingpin at the very end.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we see some cameos. That kind of leads into my next question. If you could have a major cameo in season 2, who would you want it to be?
Major cameo.
Yeah, like another hero showing up or someone like that.
Well, there's one that I'd love to, but Sony's never going to give that one up. So that's
I
no
was going to
point
say
there.
that too. So
there's no point. They got to rule that one out.
I don't know if
straight
you've
away.
seen any of the memes, but there's all the people that are like Spider-Man's just in a coma while all of this is happening. Because there's no way
still
he would
delivering-
not notice any of this.
Is he delivering pizzas in that line? He's just got his headphones in. He's like,
Yeah, basically.
oh, that's a tough one. There's one person I'd like to see come back, but I think she's dead. I think she died in season 2 or 3 of Netflix. I know that Elektra.
I think she's one you have to do, but yes,
Yeah,
the last
got
you
to
see
come.
her, she's dead. Like
Yeah,
that's
she's got
happened to her
to-
so many
yeah.
times. It could be
Yeah,
a fake out again, but
yeah.
who knows?
I think it'd work. I think you could easily bring her back. That's where you could use the Beast.
Yeah, except the Defenders kind of already did that. Because she died in season 2, and then she was resurrected in Defenders,
Yeah.
kind of in the same way.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put it past them to do it again. I really wouldn't.
I wouldn't
Or use
either, but
use some MCU magic and that lot. They'll swindle something and all that lot. But yeah, no, I'm going for Elektra. I'd love to
Okay.
see her come back, especially in the proper MCU as well. Because I get the woman to play her as Elektra as well, because she did that.
she would for sure come back
Spectacular.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did that really good in that lot.
Yeah, I think she needs to appear at some point. It's hard to not say Spider-Man now. It's hard
It
to
is,
not
yeah.
say Spider-Man. Like,
I'd love Spider-Man to come in that lot. He's made for that
and
sort of thing.
with where they left him, this is
Exactly.
the perfect chance for him to, if he is a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man now, in the streets, how is he not getting any wind of what Kingpin is doing?
Especially if there's a curfew and
That
it's
too.
all locked down.
Martial law.
Pretty much like, yeah, it's martial law. Like, that's what Spider-Man doing. Just
He's in a coma.
yeah, it must be that lot.
He's
It's just-
free roaming. He's just doing tricks in the
Yeah.
the skyline. He's not even really paying attention to anything. Like if he's doing any crime, he's not doing a very good job at it.
Yeah, exactly. No, sorry, I clocked out about 5 hours ago. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it takes
Someone's
out-
being mugged in the alleyway. I'll leave it to the next one. See you tomorrow.
If you're still doing it at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'll come back and I'll sort you out. But
Yeah.
now it's like off time.
Yeah. I don't work overtime.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's not go there about overtime. Not today. Not today. Not today.
I think a one that could work though, especially with what Thunderbolts could be doing, is Yelena or the U.S. agent.
Ooh. Wow.
With what they're doing, again, you have to do Devil's Reign.
Yeah.
They are certainly building it up that Fisk is building something around him. He's getting full control of the city. If they don't take advantage of this opportunity, I'm going to lose it on Marvel. But you have to do a culminating event. And I think he'll need some of those people, like Yelena. He needs his own, I guess, ex-Black Widow.
Little Avengers.
Yeah, someone to go after Daredevil. Or the U.S. agent will start to lead his Thunderbolts as his new task force. Once what he has right now is wiped out, he's like, okay, I'm going to need some superpowers on my side.
I didn't even think of that. That would be really nice, actually.
So I think in season 2, you could see the task force that he has now just wiped off the board because Daredevil has people with him now. They're just normal cops. They can't really do much.
No.
He's going to realize, okay, that didn't work. I'm going to talk to this guy, maybe even Val, and say, do you have any recommendations for me?
That's nice. I didn't even think of that. And she, with how, whatever Thunderbolts is going to go on, because I haven't got a bleeding clue how that's going to connect with anything.
That's a big question mark, too.
She could, like, he could, how can you explain it? She owes him a favour after what happened in New York with the Thunderbolts. So that's quite a nice little...
In an ideal world, I could see the post-credit scene of Thunderbolts being Val walking into City Hall, and you have Kingpin facing away from her in the chair. Like, you see the bald head, and you're like, oh shit, it's Kingpin. She's meeting with Kingpin. And he turns around, and she drops a file on the desk, and it's like Task Force 2.0 or something like that. And he opens it, and you see the surviving members of the Thunderbolts or whatever as people that she's like, I hear you have some trouble with this vigilante stuff in the city. I might know a few people that could help you with that.
That would be nice. That would be really,
because there's no way
nice.
A movie taking place in New York, you don't reference or show the mayor of New York or talk about what's happened.
Yeah, but he's come out in it and he said he can't appear in any MCU, some legal stuff.
It could be
Or
bullshit.
do you think that's just him? Yeah, I'm gonna say, do you think that's just him just like, oh no, I'm not in it, no, I can't do anything.
I think it's half and half. It really could be true, or he's just hiding the fact that he's gonna appear in some bigger things.
Well, what legal stuff could it be? Because surely it's not Sony.
That's a tough one, because I want to say it was Sony that did the Daredevil movie, wasn't it?
I must have a look. I didn't even...
I thought it was Sony, but if it's Fox, then they shouldn't have an issue with that.
No, that's what I mean.
Daredevil 2003. Let's see, who distributed that? That was Fox. So
yeah.
Oh no,
so
transferred. It was transferred to Columbia Pictures, which is Sony. So
this year distributed by 20th Century Fox.
But then why can you have a Daredevil show then?
Well, yeah, exactly. Because surely they'll still have some rights or inklings onto it. And then if it was something to do with Sony, surely they'd still want you to say Spider-Man, not just a man dressed as a spider. Surely.
Yeah. I'm sure we're missing some legal thing in there, but yeah. I just don't get, like, if you want to tie things together in New York and you are building up the street level stuff to be a big thing, that's the way you do it. And maybe you could argue that this was done after Thunderbolts was done shooting and all that, and you can't really stitch things together that way, but I don't know. They did reshoots for Captain America basically right up to the release, so why can't you do it for this?
Yeah, we know how that sort of went, so...
Yeah, so my final question, overall rating of the season out of 10?
For me, because of them little nitty-gritty bits, I did give it an 8 out of 10.
8?
Yeah.
Okay,
because I really enjoyed it, but it's just them two episodes. Them two episodes really knocked me, sort of thing, because it just wasn't necessary. Like I can understand it, and again, it did develop the plot, but it just really wound me up in that lot, and it just sort of dampened it for me. So I gave it an 8 out of lot.
Okay. Initially, I was like 9.5. It was like episode 4 is really the only negative episode for me. But then I bumped it down to a 9 because there are some like little things here and there, like Muse and other character stuff, and some of the effects, especially in episode 1, they are a bit rough, especially at the beginning.
Oh, in the hallway and the things going off the walls and...
No, not that. Like when he's in the suit, like he has the shot and the music kicks in and he's running on the rooftops and he's swinging around.
Oh.
And then once they're on the top of the roof when he's with Bullseye, it looks a little rough there. I'm not going to hold that to them, but...
No.
It's more episode 4 and then just little things here and there. But overall, it's definitely the best live-action Disney Plus show. For sure.
What do you think so?
Over Loki, over
Loki as well?
Yes, definitely. Without question, it's over Loki. And Loki's great. Like, I'm not putting any shade on Loki. I just connect to Daredevil way more than Loki.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
Yeah. So, I guess that does it for the Daredevil Born Again review.
Yeah.
Had a big discussion on that. We're going on 51 minutes on that.
Well, you had to. It was just so bleeding good in that lot, and it was a needs must that lot.
Yeah. It's hard to believe it's over now, though. Like,
I know.
What am I going to do
gutted now for a year.
Wednesdays, catching up on it.
But yeah, there's one more question then before we start it out.
Yep.
Can you see them, Daredevil or Kingpin, apart from like we talked about in the Thunderbolts now, but can you see them appearing in anything else? Do you think they will be in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars? Or
if
do you
they're
think
smart,
just bypass them?
If they're smart, both of them are in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Oh, I didn't even think of that either. That'd be nice.
If Sony has any sense of common sense, or just any, like, if they had 1% of a brain, they would be like, that 1% would tell them Daredevil and Kingpin and Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. We've already used Daredevil once in the Bleeding Spider-Man film, so use him again.
And you have a reason now to have more of him with the state of New York now. As far as the Avenger stuff goes, that's where it gets tricky. Kingpin, no. Daredevil, maybe.
For me, I think I'd like to see him in Secret Wars at least.
In Secret Wars, not Doomsday.
Not Doomsday, no. Secret Wars.
Okay.
I don't know how you'd bypass him from Doomsday to Secret Wars, but I'd rather see him in Secret Wars than Doomsday. Because Doomsday, I can just see him being a bloodbath, and there's going to be so many deaths and heroes doing that. So I'd probably be on more edge to go, no, you just brought him back. Don't kill him off now. Don't kill him off now. Don't kill him off now.
Yeah, I think... because we don't know what's coming out past Secret Wars, that's the thing. And there's another release, I want to say, between Doomsday and Secret Wars next to Spider-Man.
Oh, is there? Oh, I
want to say there's a second one in there. So...
oh, okay.
I'm going to be curious to see what that is. But...
I don't know, what? Shang-Chi, maybe?
Or Doctor Strange 3. But by that point, everything would have to be Battle World, right? Unless it's adjacent to what's happening in Doomsday. Like, Spider-Man's basically all but confirmed it's happening at the same time as Doomsday, which could go south or it could go a good way. So yeah, Sony can't hold them to anything.
No, can't tell. Yeah, that was my one question.
Yeah, if they're not in Spider-Man Brand New Day, like, Sony's just like, get out, just stop.
Yeah, just give them the money.
Hand over the keys. Just get out.
Exactly. You've done it to Fox. Just give them the money. You print money like every day. Just give them it.
Yeah.
And then just tell them to do one, and then we can have a proper Spider-Man and everything.
Yeah.
Because like they've even had thingies coming on to Disney Plus over here as well. Is it Across the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Spider-Verse?
Across the Spider-Verse did.
So you're having little inkling bits of Spider-Man. You're not having Bleeding the trilogy of Spider-Man films, they're not on Disney Plus.
Isn't Venom
Still,
on Disney Plus too?
yeah, but it's Venom. No. I don't think Venom is on Disney Plus.
I thought it was. At least for in Canada, it was.
Oh right, no, not over here. I'm sure it's over here. But I was like, you're doing these little bits. Just let go. Just be done with it. You failed.
Yeah.
Sod off.
Yep, we can only hope.
I tell you, side point. You'd have slapped my hand the other day because I was very tempted to buy the Craven film, and then I thought, no, I'll just wait until it comes out on telly.
Nope.
Don't you waste your money.
I'm not even gonna waste my time with it. I'm just not even gonna bother.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, yeah. Sorry.
All right, we'll move on into
Yeah.
our game then of Desert Island. So, do you want to start? Or do you want me to start?
I'll start on that because
Okay.
again, as we've done this before, and I want it to be a bit different, like how we did Desert Island before. And so you're on Desert Island, you're all on your own. You ain't got a clue how to do, what to escape, how to survive. So if you could have Marina back to Daredevil, if you could have any three characters from Daredevil to either survive or enjoy your time there or escape the island, what three characters would you pick?
So, if I'm choosing villains, are they on my side or are they gonna try to kill me too?
That's the thing you got to take. If you're picking a villain, I think that's the wrong move. I think myself.
I think the first pick you have to do is Matt.
Yeah.
He's gonna sense all these different things that not a normal person.
There's a snake
would
over
sense.
there. There's someone over there. Don't go around there.
I was gonna say Bullseye just because he would be great at helping you survive, but then he could also just randomly kill you without any reason other than just for the fun of it.
I was gonna say if you've got Bullseye and then you've got Matt, there's no way you're getting off that island because they're just gonna be fighting each other and you're just gonna be sat there like.
Unless they have a common agreement, like, okay, we're gonna get off of this island first, and then we'll fight.
No, I can't see that happening. Not a chance.
Okay, this is tough. So I've got Matt. I think Frank is the only other option for survival. Then, if it's not Bullseye, it's got to be Frank.
Yeah. They were my two, and then I think I'd surprise you probably with a third one. For me, anyway. So you've picked the same two as me. I'll just admit.
Oh man, I'm scanning the roster of who's in that show.
It doesn't have to just be from Born Again. It could be from the other Daredevils as well.
Okay. I guess that doesn't open it too much. But...
No, not really. No, but
I'll say Foggy just for the vibes.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to do.
Really?
Because I thought just have Foggy there for a few drinks and it'd just be a laugh.
Yeah.
Just let the two tough nuts just go and deal with everything out loud, and then you could just sit there with Foggy, just like, all right, lads, go on, carry on, we'll be all right.
I think he'd be a good help too. It's just he's a chill guy. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'd be a laugh and half. I think. But yeah, you literally picked the three for me.
That's crazy. I was thinking Karen because she's smart too, but then if you have Matt and Frank with them, then it's just gonna be they're competing for her the whole time, and they're just
exactly.
Let's move on.
Showing off, sort of thing. Yeah. So look at me, do this one. Look at me. So,
yeah. So yeah, Matt, Frank, Foggy.
Yeah, I had inkling you might have picked them three, but yeah, it wasn't needed because you definitely get off the island one way or the other. Then.
So for mine, I went with the classic way that we do this. So the movie, shows, and games. So you get three of each.
Yeah.
Or no, you get one of each. I'm going to give you three options. So for the movies, Thor Ragnarok, Black Widow,
God.
or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. All day long. All day long, that lot. I was really hoping you was going to give me something good then. If you just left me with Ragnarok and bloody Black Widow, I honestly wanted to didn't know what I was expecting. To give me the Eternals or something like that. there was no way I could have picked the other two in that lot, but yeah, Guardians all day long. Now
for the shows, this one's just kind of shows in general. It doesn't have to be. Oh, my light just died. Okay, that's fun. So The Sopranos,
Oh,
Ted
okay.
Lasso,
Oh, come off
or
it.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, Jesus wept. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, come off it. Oh, that's horrible. That's really horrible. I'm gonna have to go Ted Lasso though.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think Ted Lasso because to be honest, we only actually watched it last year. It took us ages to actually watch Ted Lasso, and we watched all 3 seasons last year, and we fell in love with it. So when I found out, I think it was early this month or last month, so they're making a Ted Lasso 4. Yes, please, because I'd love to see what's going on, that sort of thing. So yeah, Ted Lasso. I would absolutely. I loved how they did that show and had me
Yeah.
cheering on for a different team other than Leicester. So
I
it's got
haven't
to be doing
gotten to it
something
yet.
well. And yeah,
No, I have it on the watch list. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I'm watching Severance
but
right now.
but would you have the same connection to that as I do? Because it's not soccer in your end, but football for me. Do you think you'd have that same?
I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to see how it goes the first few episodes,
Hmm,
but like everyone loves it that watches it,
yeah.
so I'm gonna give it a shot eventually. I'm in the middle of wrapping up Severance right now, which is
Oh,
incredible
nice.
too.
Mm,
So highly recommend that show. You it
yes.
makes you think, but
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
it
It's
is
not one
really
of the
good.
normal shows. It's
Yeah. And then your games, Marvel Rivals,
oh okay.
Minecraft,
No.
or Rock Band.
Oh, come off.
I wanted to go for a completely different one.
Well, Minecraft straight away. Just no. I've got some very interesting takes on that I'll talk to you after this about after watching that yesterday. Um,
Oh, that's right.
oh,
Forgot about
because I
that.
watched it. Yeah, I watched it.
Chicken jockey.
It's it's an experience. Let's just say that. Um, oh, that's horrible though, because I do like my rivals, but as a kid, I was amazing at guitar. I loved
Yep.
playing Rock
Yep.
Band. I absolutely adored it.
I
I'm
had
gonna
so
have to
many
say
hours
Rock
on Rock
Band.
Band too.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to say Rock Band to be honest. I couldn't do the drums. I couldn't get a handle of the drums that like. I really just trying to do all that at once and that lot. But I got the guitar down to a T. I absolutely adored that guitar and that lot. And obviously, I had a bit of singing as well. And I'm always singing, so that's no different to me. If you ask Jack or Jason, and whenever I'm biking to work or leaving work a lot, I plug my headphones in and that's it. I'm just singing away to myself. And I'm very ashamed to admit it. I have had to download or put onto my Spotify list the Minecraft soundtrack because it is very catchy. I've
For the
I've been
movie or
singing
the
that a
game?
lot for the movie. I've been all
Okay.
morning and all last night. I have been singing a fair few of them songs.
You're
So
listening to Lava Chicken?
maybe, and then there's like the main song at the end of the film, which just is just like a Jack Black typical song. So yeah, I can't say enough. Yeah, but yeah, Rock Band. I loved Rock Band, and I played so many hours on Rock Band. And I think I had Xbox 360. I think it was on, and I just adored it. Absolutely adored it. Like the old girl hated it because I was always singing my head off. And that. So
Yeah, it was a great game. So,
hmm,
yeah, so your movie, you have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, your show Ted Lasso, and your game Rock Band.
that's a proper like, random mix and half of films, games, and telly. That is, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's. I can die happy on a desert island with that. Like, I'll be well happy with that.
Yeah. And just while we're talking movies, I saw Sinners last night.
Yeah,
Incredible. Like,
nice.
my favorite movie of the year so far.
That definitely that good then.
Yeah. Ryan
Nice.
Coogler is the man. Like, he
Damn.
he does not miss.
Nice.
You would
That'll be on
disagree
the
with
list.
that, but
Well, I'll put on the list. I've got to get some doing that. Let it have a go. And that, like, just watch it. It's got to be fair.
yeah, just you would see Black Panther Wakanda Forever in that list and go, oh no, not that guy, not that
I
guy.
mean, disagree to disagree. Agree to disagree in a lot. I've figured out where I've got to do my retro reviews up to, and it is literally that is the last film I need to review before I start the channel. So that'll be yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I highly recommend going to see it though, because from the amount of people that were in my screening, I saw it was the first screening of the day. It was like a 3:30, but there were not a lot of people there.
Oh, okay.
And I really hope this movie does well.
Nice. Well, all the things I've seen from the trailer looks really nice, to be honest.
The music is incredible. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, it's one of the best parts. Like, the music is a big focus of it with the blues music.
Okay. Yeah.
And obviously the gore is really there too. But Michael B. Jordan's so good but like he plays twins, so it's two completely different characters, but he does it so well.
Nice. It's on the list. It's on the list.
Yeah.
I'll get round to it eventually.
Yeah, well, I guess that does it for today's episode. So, yeah, let us know what you thought of Daredevil Born Again.
Definitely.
What are you hoping to see in season 2? All of that. It's going to be really exciting. It's sad that we have to wait a whole year to get to season 2, but yeah, it's going to be fun when it gets here. And by that point, we'll be 2 months away from Doomsday.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Cannot wait for that.
Yeah. It's going to be a wild time to be a fan of the MCU, especially
massively
heading into this massive finale. So, yeah, it could be divisive.
Oh, yeah.
But it, without a doubt, will be exciting.
Proper make or break time as well.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think if it breaks, full reset.
Yeah.
If it makes, okay, soft reboot. Keep going just a little bit. Yeah, so I guess that'll do it for today's episode. So, again, thank you for joining. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, Thwip Media. Subscribe to Dwayne's channel, Marvel Mad. And, do you have anything coming up on your channel in the next little bit?
Well, we've just had the whole massive thing of Marvel Mania 2. We had a full week of all that sort of thing, and the shocking betrayal of Shaney taking me out on the last video and that lot. So that's all gone up on the channel and the promo videos and everything. So we're back to normal now. Back to some more Marvel Midnight Suns. And then on the Wednesday, we've got the review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, which I really enjoy doing and everything. And then back at the end of the week, we're starting on a new game. We've done Marvel Lego Superheroes. We've done Lego Avengers. Now we're doing Marvel Lego Superheroes 2 and that lot. And you can tell straight away this is more trying to incline with Disney sort of thing in the MCU and that lot. So it's a bit hit and miss. But yeah, we're starting that series now on the Friday. Now, what about yourself?
Right now I'm just in the process of editing my own review for Born Again, so that'll be out hopefully by the time this episode drops, if not very shortly after. Other than that, I've got a bunch of other ideas I have in the works. I just haven't got around to filming them yet. But in a couple of weeks we have Thunderbolts coming out, so I do have something planned for that. I've done a what needs to happen for Captain America and Daredevil Born Again, so I have one coming for that. I am hoping to have that out next week as well, because it'll be a week ahead of the movie. But we will also be talking about that too. So we will be previewing Thunderbolts next week, if everything goes according to plan.
Touch wood.
And then we will be reviewing it the week after that. So
well, you're talking about the Fantastic Four trailer as well.
Yes.
Next week as well.
Yeah, Fantastic
Definitely got to talk about that.
Yeah, so you've got some stuff in the works. It's going to be exciting. And
definitely.
After that, I guess Ironheart comes out, but
not long after. It's
going to be interesting to see how that turns out too.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, make sure to join us in those episodes, and again, follow us on our socials so you can stay updated on stuff like this. So thank you everyone again for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.
See you in a bit, guys.